Hi guys. So today we have a CA fresher who will be guiding about the CA final group 1 strategy. A lot of students has requested in my channel to give the guidance on the CA final strategies and only 15 days are left. I hope this video will be helpful to you, and if it is helpful, do share with your CA final friends who are giving exams. Here we have a CA Siddhant Jain, who has earlier taken my mentorship in interview preparation, and he has cleared CA in first group first attempt itself. So his strategy might help you a lot. So all up to Siddhant, you can go ahead with your guidance, how you did well in your CA final journey.
Uh,
Yes, you can feel free
Thank you,
to
sir,
share your
for
experience.
introducing. First of all, thank you, Ghanshyam sir, for introducing me. It's been a pleasure on your YouTube channel. So, first of all, I'd like to tell about myself. I am a recently qualified chartered accountant. I have cleared both groups, single groups in one go. Like I have cleared my first group of CA final in May 21 in the first attempt, and again I have cleared my second group of CA final in November 22. So I have cleared both the groups in the one go. So that is all about myself. Right now, I am working in the Anand Rathi Wealth Limited in the wealth management field.
Yes, you can go ahead with your strategy. And could you be little louder? It will be better. It's little in the low town, little louder if you can be.
Okay, I'll try.
Hmm.
Just a second. Just a second.
Yes.
Now I'm audible.
Yes. Yes. You can go ahead.
Hello.
Hmm. Yes.
Okay.
You're audible. Hmm.
Sir, can you please, yeah, can you please share the screen that I've shared?
Yes, sure, sure. I can share the screen also. Just a second. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you able to see the screen now? Hmm. Are you able to see?
Just a second. Yeah. So, guys, first of all, like to tell about myself. I have given my group one in May 22 exam, and I'll tell you about my situation. I completed my coachings in the last month of the April. So I just had like 25 to 30 days remaining for the revision and to compile all the syllabus. So this is the strategy that I have followed in the last 25 days. So if you are in a similar situation like me, if you have like remaining days, like few days left, like today is like 15th of April, so you guys probably have like 17 to 18 days in hand. So definitely you can go with this strategy and can pass in the. So I'll start with first of all one thing that don't think that you have very less time. Like if you start your revision from scratch from now, so you still have like 16 days in hand, and in a day we have like 17 to 18 hours. Like if you effectively study for 17 to 18 hours, so 15 divided by 16 to 18, 16 to 18 hours, you definitely have like 240 to 250 hours still remaining with you. So first of all, don't lose hope that you have a very few days or few time left. You can easily can finish your revision and easily pass your exam. So first of all, just keeping that in the mind, you have sufficient time left, even you're starting from right now. Okay. So I like to start with subject-wise strategy. So I like to start with the FR, that is the first paper financial reporting. So what I did with the FR that I first of all the study material. I followed only the study material. That is the Bible of the FR. If you go through any other author book, that is fine with you because if you have studied that from the scratch, so you definitely follow that book. But if you have not sure about which study material to follow at this point of time, then I'll definitely study material only because of the most of the questions in the FR are going to come from the study material, which is exactly Sir, I think there might be a network issue. You're not audible, sir.
Yes, you can go ahead. No problem.
I think,
It is okay. You can go ahead. Continue.
okay. So, first of all, told you about the study mat that you have to follow that material, study mat only of the eyesight. And one thing in the study material that ignore all the theory questions. Many of the students, what they do, just in the FR, they do theory questions also. But if you like go through previous year papers and the previous year question papers, you will see that is asking. So don't waste your time, and especially at this point of time. So don't read any of the theory questions. Just cut all the questions that you have in the module, which are theory based. Okay, and all the questions which have figure in them, you have to just read that questions only. You have to do just only practical sums only. Okay, that is the study material thing you have to do. Okay,
I have a quick
okay.
question on
Thank you
this.
for
Okay, like
adding that, sir.
I just
And
wanted
I'm
this.
telling about what.
Siddhant,
Mhm.
just had a question. Okay, and even I ignored the theory questions. Okay, in my CA final journey. And
Okay.
what is the logic behind ignoring the
Mhm.
theory questions? I wanted to know from your end.
Sir, come up again. Actually, I was not
Uh,
able to hear you at that time.
I was saying that what was the logic of ignoring the theory questions? Even I did the same thing, so it's good. Okay, but what was your
I'll tell
logic
you the
behind?
reason.
Mhm.
Logic is that no question is going to come theory in your paper. Only 100% of the paper is gonna be practical.
Okay, yeah,
Theory question is just for your understanding. Okay, 100% of the question is gonna be practical. Only the questions that have number in them, figure in them, examiner is going to ask you that questions only. So that is
right,
the logic behind that.
right. Even my
Okay,
end, right.
and I okay. Now I'll go to like what are the important topics that you must have to cover. See, it's not a comprehensive list, but I can assure you, if you have done these topics that I have written, you will definitely have a higher chances of passing and even getting exemptions. So these are the topics, yeah, you should never leave if you are going to prepare, like if you have to give going to give your FR paper. Okay, so first of all is India's 109. What you have to do in the specifically in the India's 109, just do all the practical questions that just I said. And secondly, in the back of the module you will see there is a like a comprehensive problems. There will be like 15 to 20 questions in the comprehensive problems. You have to specifically do that questions, because one question is like of 10 or 15 marks is going to gonna come from that 15 to 20 questions, so that would be like a piece of cake for you. Okay, so you have to definitely cover the India's 109, and then India's 103 and CFS. Again, from the India's 103, that is business combination and the consolidated financial statement. Uh, in both of the topics, you can expect a one question of like 15 marks, which is the first question. So definitely you have to cover that also. Then again, India's 102 share-based payment, and then India's 115 revenue from the contracts, and India's 1116 leases. Analysis of financial statement have a very good chances of coming in this attempt. So definitely you should cover that. And after that, India is 36, and PP you can also do that. So these are the important topics that you have must have to cover. You cannot leave these topics, because these are going to cover like 70 to 80% of your syllabus. 70 to 80% of the questions are going to come from that only. I'm not assuring you, but I'll based on the previous papers, I can give you like a brief idea that 70 to 80% of the questions are going to come from that these topics only. Okay, so that is the FR strategy. What is my largest strategy about the FR is not I'm good to share you, because the FR is your first paper, so I'll be assuming that before like exams, from the 4 5 days before exam, you are going to prepare for the FR. So I'm not giving any largest strategy for the FR right now. Okay,
But this is a very important exam, okay?
so
I
now.
say ki FR is your first exam. So this is something which is very important. To make sure that last 4 to 5 days, try to make sure that this exam goes well, because it will set you in the right momentum also. And this is a subject where I think you should target to get an exemption. Even I got exemption in this subject only, FR, and if you get exemption in the first exam only, then it becomes easier on your on our entire shoulder also to give a, because in law, in theory, you get like this also little less marks. So make sure that FR or SFM try to get
Yeah,
into
definitely,
an
sir. I
exemption.
agree with you. Uh,
Uh-huh.
and believe me, FR is the most scoring subject of out of
Scoring.
all the four subjects in the first group. If you do all the study mat questions, like if you cover all the topics, I can assure you that you will definitely get an exemption. And the topics that I have told you, if you done that thoroughly, and you are definitely going to get an exemption. That I can assuring you. Okay. So that is the thing. Definitely prepare well for the FR exams, because if you do well in the FR exam and if you get an exemption in the FR exams, then your chances of getting passed in the first group is going to be very high. So definitely try to score exemption in the FR and SFM also.
How much important you
Okay.
felt is the writing by
So
exam, writing by hand? Have you practiced writing so all the sums by your hand?
sir, at this point of time, since candidates have like very few time, a few like time, so definitely I'll not suggest at this time to do all the sums by hand. I'll suggest to do like two or three sums in each chapter by hand, and remaining audit questions like in the business combination and CFS, I'll definitely suggest to do majority of questions by hand, but also in the case of financial instruments. But in the remaining remaining topics, I'll suggest you to go through like the questions that you have marked previously when you have done your self study or like coaching. So definitely do them by hand, and remaining you can audit. But if you
Yeah,
have like
and
very
because
good
this is
time in hand, like if you
also because this is the first exam, so you can set a timetable for this. So last 4 to 5 days, you can still practice by hand, and if you have enough time to prepare for others, so last 4 to 5 days you can accordingly set so that you do well by hand. It depends on how well your preparation has been on the earlier days. Last four
yeah,
to five days you
definitely
can
that
maximize
depends
on
on
that.
candidate to candidate. Yeah, that completely depends on candidate, like how good they are in other subjects. So they can definitely allocate more time to the effort as well. But I'll suggest just go through your pace, like think about what pace you are good at with, like what questions I have, how many questions I have to do by hand, how many questions I have to do audit. That completely depends on the candidate to candidate. So definitely suggest you to do that.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Go
So
on, SFF.
now
Yeah.
moving to second subject, strategic financial management. And after your FR exam, second exam is going to be SFM. And talking about the structure, since you are aware of all candidates are aware of that, like they're going to be theory is going to be like 20 marks is going to be theory, and remaining 80 marks is going to be practical. But that is the structure we are having in the SFM. So coming to the theory part, I'll suggest don't mug up theory right now, because anyways, like you will like forgot the theory, like you have to give your FR exams as well, FR exam, and after that you have very high chances of forgetting the like theory part. So definitely suggest you to like prepare a note or prepare a chart of theory part and revise that in a 1 day before exam. So that would be very helpful. And if you like want to have ample amount of time, or you are very good in very bad in the core in theory, then you can start theory topics as well right now. But definitely suggest you to touch the theory at the end or the last day before exam. But that is all about the theory part. And coming about the like I'll tell you about firstly the study what is the material that I followed. So material that I followed, I have taken coachings for the SFM. I won't want to tell about the faculty that I've taken the coachings from. But what I have done, I have prepared a practical sheet where I have written all the formulas, and I have done all the study material questions. I have never touched an author's book, any other author's book, be it like any of the famous faculties. I have followed only study material questions. And believe me, guys, in my attempt, like 95% of the practical questions are from the study mat, like exact copy paste questions. So definitely at this point of time, you will have to like follow what are the author you are following. That is completely fine. But since if you don't have any choice, if you're stuck with the choice of like choosing which material to choose, I'll definitely suggest you to choose study mat, since it is very have very little material, and you will definitely can compile up all the questions in like 4 to 5 days. So definitely read through the study material, do all the practical questions from the study material. For 2 3 times RTP, I'll suggest you to do that because sometimes one questions repeat from the RTP as well. So definitely go through RTP as well. So this is the study material that I have followed for the SFM. Now coming about the topics that you have to cover, specifically cover. Again, I'm saying this is not a comprehensive list. These are the topics I have followed since I have a very little time left for my exam and I got fumble. So these are the topics that I have followed. And again, telling that 70 to 80% of the paper is going to come from these topics. That is completely a disclaimer, not a like guarantee. You can follow it. So first, talking about the forex chapter, as you are aware about it, derivative. Next is derivative. Third is portfolio management. Fourth is mutual fund. Fifth is interest rate risk management. Sixth is security valuation, and the seventh is merger and acquisition. So you have to cover all these topics. Uh, Again, a disclaimer: if you haven't done prepare any of these topics, you can leave it. It's completely up to your choice. You can do another topic which you have done, but I'll definitely suggest you just go through these topics because these topics are the most important one. According to the previous year question papers, I have analyzed and uh, come across these topics. Okay, so can you just move to the next slide? Yeah, coming about the last day strategy. Uh, what I did last day strategy about the SFM, you guys definitely don't do any practical question by hand because you have just 1.5 days left. If you go through each and every question, if you do each and every question by hand, then definitely your syllabus is not going to complete. You will fumble in the end, and definitely you will lose hope. So definitely you should go through the practical formulas that you have prepared or just do one or two questions from each chapter that you have marked important during your preparation, like this is the first revision. So one or two questions do from that, and remaining questions you have to audit which are the important ones that you have marked previously. Okay, so you have to do that only. That is the last day strategy. And for the theory part, again, just read the entire theory, like 4 to 5 important chapters. I'll cover up then in the again my in the next video. You have to do the just 4 to 5 chapters and do all the theory, cover all the theory from that chapters only. Okay, so it will hardly take you like 8 to 9 hours to mug up all the theory charts. So that is all about SFM from my side. Yeah, now coming to the most favorite subject of the students, audit. I know many of the students have been asking me like how you prepared for the audit, scored 48 in the audit. So definitely that is the subject that are most of the students are afraid of. So audit, I'll tell you that in this subject, no one can you tell you an exact strategy. Audit is a subject that you have to do just by yourself. You have to believe in yourself, and definitely then you can pass. If you have done very prepared very well, you have covered all the topics, then definitely it's going to be very good for you. But again, I'll tell you my strategy, what I have done. So coming to the study material, first of all, talking about the paper pattern, like MCQ is going to be 30 marks, and the practical going like practical or theory paper is going to be 70 marks. Okay, so what material I followed? I followed Pankaj Garg's books, Pankaj Garg sir's book, summary book, and the question bank of that. Okay, and what topics I covered? I'll definitely telling you guys that I got fumbled in my audit paper because my preparation was not so strong in the audit paper. Sorry, these are the topics that I've covered. I'll tell you about my strategy, what I've done. I have in the audit, I have prepared very few topics, but I have prepared them very excellently. Like I have covered each and every topic in the subtopics in the every topic, every chapter, and I've also covered the question bank in these topics also. So my coverage was low, but my coverage was excellent, I would say. Like I have like in the professional ethics chapter, I have never left any clause. I have crammed all the clauses. So that is the thing I've done with the audit. So same you can follow. You can cover less chapters, but again you have to be very perfect in those chapters. Okay. So talking about the what topics I have covered, professional ethics, all clauses I have covered, calamity and the corporate governance. And then standard part, coming on the standard part, I have covered SA 500 series, 700 series, and some remaining essays like 320 and 330, 61620. And so I what I've done, I have in the essay thing, I have covered only the notes. I haven't done any questions of that essays. So you can do that also. And again, automated environment, it's like definitely a 4 to 5 mark question is going to come from automated environment. I think there might be a network issue. So I have done automated environment. Definitely a 4 to 5 mark question is gonna come from automated environment chapter. Then I have covered a peer review,
Yes,
audit of
Siddhant,
bank, and audit
just
of.
to cover up, this meeting will end in 4 minutes. So I want you to wrap in law in 4 minutes. We can
Okay,
have another session also on this. On law, we can connect. We can
definitely,
make it
definitely, sir. Not an
law.
issue.
We can connect. I'll share this in the
Okay.
description also, not a problem. Yes, law.
So now coming to the law. Hello.
Yes, yes, you can go with law. Yes. Hmm.
Oh, okay. So law paper pattern, as you're aware of, 30 marks is going to come from MCQ and 30 marks is going to be theory paper. So what study material that I have followed? I have followed Munish Bhandari sir summary book, and again question bank. Okay, so you can follow all that only also. So just a second, just a second. So, in the law, you have to understand 4 things like how to answer your question. Like many of the students have not aware about that only. So first of all, you have to divide your answer into 4 parts. Like in the director chapter, for example, like anyone is asking any of the question. So first you have to state the provision, like as per the section number of this of the Company Act or the IBC Act, any of the act. So you have to write as per the section number, quote the section number, and write the provision, what the provision is. Okay. Section, I will now many of the students have been asking me like section number is important or not. So I'll definitely suggest to at least remember the company law section number, and especially in the director chapter. So you can do learn section number, that would be very great because examiner is going to be very impressed by like a section number. So that is definitely I would suggest, but it is recommendatory, not mandatory. Okay. And the second thing what we have to do is the given case. You have to read the question and write in the given case I have done that's what is written in the question. So you have to do that in the second paragraph. Third paragraph is question is very large. You can like do anything, like write anything from the question or like from your understanding on your understanding. And the fourth part you have to provide conclusion on the basis of what you have, what on the basis of provision, what is the basis of case study. You have to finally give a. So are talking about the most important
I
topics.
think this meeting will end in
First
just a
is like
minute.
three.
Okay.
First is like
Hi, Siddhant. The meeting will end in just a minute only. So I'll summarize. I'll give this in the description, and we can have another video where we'll discuss the remaining topics. Okay. So thank you for your precious time, Siddhant, and I think your strategy will really help a lot of audience. Thank you so much for seeing the channel till the end, and do share your questions, whatever questions you have in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching.